Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me in part 2 of Multipage application. Hope you remember in our first part we created MVC website from empty .NET Core project. In this video we will add our first Angular app in MVC website and use Angular component as web component. If you have not seen part 1, I would put its link in description of this video. So what we are going to do in this video, we will create our first Angular app. Next, we will create an independent module with the welcome component. And lastly, we will convert that Angular component into web component used with MVC app. So let's jump into the code. I have opened the Visual Studio Code. I will clone the repository that we created in our last project. So I will hit the git clone repository, clone it from the GitHub. I will select multi-page app that we created in our last video. I will select its location where I'm going to save it. It would be part 2. So the repository is cloning. Once the repository is cloned, open it and we are in the project. Open our terminal and to run the project in .NET Core, Visual Studio Core code, we need the command .NET run. That's the command we need to run in order to run our project, MVC project. Project is building. So project is running on localhost 5000. So here you can see it is the same project that we built in our previous video. All of the pages are working as it is. So I'm just closing it. I'm closing the terminal as well. I am opening the terminal again. And what we need to do, first of all, let's generate our Angular app. In order to create our Angular app, open the terminal. And here in the terminal, we need to write the command ng new Angular apps. What this command will do? This command will create an Angular. I would not need routing, so I am selecting N for this, CSS for the style sheets. So this command will create an Angular workspace with a root application that that's the application we will use for creating the component and creating the component module and component. Bear with me while it's creating the application. Okay, our Angular app has been created. Here you can see that in the folder, the source folder has been created, app folder has been created, the default app component is there. We don't need anything here. So I will be writing here, let's say give a tab with single root application. So let's run this app and see. So to run, in order to run the app, cd Angular apps, we need to go into the folder and here we need to run the command ng search. Let's run the link. Run application. Our application is running port 4200, and we see our application is running. So next, we have the steps where let me close the terminal. What we have to do, we have to create an independent module and then a component in that module. Next, we will need to convert that component into a web component and use that web component in MVC. So one of the modules that we would need for converting the Angular component to web component is Angular elements. So let's add it. We need to go into the directory of Angular apps. So cd Angular apps ng add @Angular slash elements. Yes. Okay, Angular elements has been added. Let's generate our module and component. So ng G for generate, M for module. I am giving it a name of banner. So banner, as you see, a banner folder has been added in it. Banner module has been created. cd into banner. So we need to go into the banner folder in order to generate our components. So let's cd source apps banner. Here we need to run the command ng c for component, and let's give it a name of welcome. So our banner welcome component has been created. So okay, now our welcome component has been created. So what we need to do, we have to move the banner of our website that is running in our views, shared views. We need to move that into our Angular app. So what I would do, I would go into master layout. Here we have our banner here in this div. I am going to cut it from here, Control X, and I am pasting it in our welcome component. I'm removing the welcome works, and here I have moved that banner from master layout into the welcome component of the Angular. We need some changes here. We don't need tilde sign here because it won't work in Angular component here in this place. So okay, we have made these changes. Okay, what we are going next? Next, we need this. As you know, this component has been added in the module because it is part of the banner module. So let's export it. It is in the declaration part, and we need to add export it from here because when we are going to use the banner module in other modules or in because we need to use the banner module and app module to make it a web component. So we would need this welcome component there. So let's export it from the banner module. So we need to write it export. We will need welcome component here in the export part. Okay, we are done with the welcome part and banner module. Let's go into the app module and made some changes here. So what are the changes that we would need here? Okay, first of all, we need to import the create custom element from our Angular elements module that we added. So import create, we need create custom elements. Okay, we need create custom element from the Angular elements. We also need to import the banner module that we created. Okay, so banner module has been imported. Okay, next because we want to create a web component here and we will use Angular elements. So these are the changes we need. We need to comment this bootstrap section and we will add a entry component information here, and in our entry component we will add our welcome component that we created in a banner module and exported it from there. Okay, welcome component has been added. Next we need to make some changes in the app module. First of all, we need a constructor. So in the constructor we need to import the injector. So private injector, and type would be injector, injectable, injector. Yes, you see the injector import has been added in the uh, top ng module section import. Okay, we have import the injector. Next what we need because we have commented the bootstrap, so we need to add our custom bootstrap. So for the custom bootstrap we will implement a function ng do bootstrap. That's the function we would need. In that function what we are going to do, we will add a custom element dot define. Here we need to add the app component selector, welcome component selector. So let's go to the definition. Here we are in the welcome component and this is the selector of the welcome component. Let's copy this. Let's move back here. Here we need to add this welcome component selector. Next thing that we would need is to add its constructor. So what is the constructor? Its constructor is create custom element. Here in the part 1 we need to pass our component, that is a welcome component. As a second argument we need to pass the injector. Our injector would be this dot injector. That's it. That's it, the part that we need to do in the ng module. Next there are some changes that we need to do in the uh, layout page, the main layout page of MVC application. So let's move into that. We came into master layout where actually we remove our banner. So in that banner place we need to add app dash welcome, the component that we created there. Okay, we have removed that banner, and in that banner we have added over app dash welcome component. What are the next changes? Next, there are some changes related to bundling. So for that, we need to add a folder and a file here, a new folder with the name JS. And in that folder, we need a file with the name site.js. Here in the master layout, I'm going to add some code that I'm explain it. Let me copy it from here and explain it to you uh, once we are here. Okay, what are these lines? I added these lines. The first line is these lines are used for MVC bundling. So what I'm going to do here, I'm telling the MVC that you need, if when you need this web component of app dash welcome, you would get it from here. So here, this is the location where I am Angular application would be running, and site.js would be the main JS that would be added in in the main application. So we have added this here. Okay, let's run our application and see if there are any issues. So I am closing all the terminals because I have to run both the application. I have to run the Angular application as well as the .NET application. So first, let me run the .NET. So .NET watch run. I am just adding watch so that hot reload can be enabled. Okay, application is running, and you guys can see that our banner is not coming because we have removed its HTML, and in that HTML banner we have added a Angular component or over Angular component converted to web component, but that web component is not here because we haven't run our Angular application yet. So let's add another terminal and go to Angular apps. Here in Angular apps, let's ng serve. So here is our web component which has been converted from Angular component. You can see that it is being displayed on each and every page because we have added it in our master layout here at this place. Okay, we have completed our web component section. What next? In our next part of this series, we will add our second Angular app in the application. We will access that Angular app using a menu, and we will also add a couple of pages of sign up and sign in that application and access them from the child menus of the application. Lastly, we will dockerize this application. Thank you. See you in next part. Take care. Have a good day.